Tonight, the Shadowy Tavern is supposed to have been released Sunday, but technical difficulties comes up from time to time, or all the time apparently. But tonight, I don't really have many updates. It was my son's birthday over the weekend, so that was fun. I took him to a steakhouse and he got gifts and whatnot. He had a good time. I had a decent time, so it was alright. I enjoyed it. Tonight's prop item is this. It's just a knife, but I think it looks like a dagger. I like it. I could easily see a rogue using this, or a wizard. I could see somebody sitting around a D&D table playing with this while everybody's telling him or her to stop it. But that's that, and the character idea is a character that I had before. He was a bald 40-some-year-old man with one arm, and he was a disarm specialist, so he would disarm his opponents or the enemies and use their own weapons against them. So that was a fun thing to play. Alright. I played that character a little bit. We had a friend and he didn't DM a lot, and I played this character the first time he tried to run a game, and I ended up ruining his plans because I had a tendency with this character to get really lucky on rolls. We had this werewolf character that he really thought was going to be really hard for us to kill, but I rolled 3 natural 20s in a row and got an instant death on this thing, and it completely just ruined the rest of his adventure. He wasn't too happy about it. He said he spent all week on it, and it was fun. I mean, you could kind of tell he had never done it before because he didn't know how powerful to make the monsters, so every encounter we came across was super underpowered because we all power played. So we had a party full of insanely maximized characters going up against things that a regular character wouldn't have too much trouble with. So that is always a thing that you have to watch out for. Alright, moving on. Something creepy that I have seen. I've watched it more than once. It opens up, it's a YouTube video, and it's these Spanish guys walking through the forest or the jungle or somewhere. There's lots of plant life and trees, and one of them, I think it's all subtitles, tells his companion to stop. What's that? And it shows this thing hunched over, on its legs. I'm not sure what it's supposed to be doing, but it turns its head around and looks at the camera, and its eyes are glowing in the camera's light, and I think it looks like a ghoul or a goblin or something, even from Lord of the Rings, but more like a ghoul from the 3.5 monster manual. But that's just my opinion. I have personally never come upon something like that, and I am glad that I've never come upon something that looks like a ghoul. But I believe I have seen a zombie before. When I was a teenager, a freshman in high school, I shared a room with my little brother, And he woke me up one night because he said somebody was knocking at the door. We had a window in the door so you could see through it. There's a porch light on. And I'm not exactly sure what I saw, and if I actually remember it, the closest thing I can compare this thing to was maybe like, kind of looked like Edward Scissorhands, had like that kind of hair, really, really pale skin, kind of looked like there was like cracks in their face. It's really weird, and it didn't really register in my brain exactly what I was looking at, and I just sleepily told my brother that it was probably somebody who just broke down wanting to use our phone, to just ignore it and they would move on to the next house. And I laid back down and went to sleep and didn't think anything of it until I woke up the next morning. So I guess that's a double creepy thing. A ghoul looking thing off of YouTube and something I saw that I thought looked like a zombie. But technically I am a zombie cyborg. I am on dialysis for the last 3 years, so I should be dead. And I've got a metal plate in my hip, so I am part machine. I am a zombie cyborg. I have accomplished what many can only dream. And moving on, I don't know if it's lore. Was going to do one thing and I just really didn't like it. So I think I've encountered like a different form of a shadow person. I was staying with my friend's girlfriend at the time in Columbus, Ohio, while I was working and waiting on my apartment lease so I could get my keys. And when I got, my family joined me for like a week briefly because they were tired of being away from me. They'd been away from me for like a month and a half, and we only had a few weeks until the apartment came up, so I thought I'd bring up here. But I get to this house and it's like a big old house, and you can't tell from the outside just how ridiculously disgusting this place is going to be when you walk into it. This girl's nice. She looks pretty normal. You walk into the kitchen. There's just all this clutter and dirty crap all over the table. Look over. All the dishes in the sink are molded over. You don't think anything else because you're kind of distracted by a lot of other things. And I'm standing there, and my two friends also, like, we slowly notice that the dishes are kind of moving, and we discover it's because the sink is full of maggots. It's how long it's been since this person had done their dishes. There was patches of filth, sticky filth, randomly on the floor and on the wall. This person had like a golden retriever, and it shed a lot of fur, so there'd be like roaming fur balls getting stuck in the filth. And that's not the weird part or the scary part of all this. So I'm just thinking, like, there's no way I can have my family come up here and even think about bringing them into this. So I'm cleaning this house from like one corner to the other, top to bottom. I'm finding random medications on the floor and in the corners of the counters and things, and I'm asking this girl, hey, what is all of these random pills that I'm finding? And she tells me that she used to like rent out the other rooms to like psychiatric patients that were like schizos and things, so that's like schizophrenic medications. And I'm thinking, oh great, this seems like the perfect place to bring 2 kids and my wife. But I cleaned it all up, and I even got one room to be kind of decent, even if you could even say that a room in that place was decent, but it had windows, and I opened them and I mopped the hardwood floor. I scrubbed everything, so I feel like I did a good job, but I don't know what I saw. It was like I didn't see it. My wife saw me interacting with it. A black mist. We were sleeping in bed, and she says she woke up, and it looked like the darkness above the bed was darker than the other darkness in the room. It was kind of moving. She said then she realized it was like a black mist. And in my sleep, I started reaching up and swatting at it. And after it was reacting to that, and after a few minutes, it left. And my wife said it looked like a black mist. So I'm not sure what kind of lore that would be, or if that's just another version of a shadow person, which I've talked about on my podcast on Spotify. I've encountered shadow people more than once, and I don't like shadow people. They are creepy, and I have never read anything where something good came of somebody interacting with a shadow person. My friends have like interactions with one. My sister, a lot of people I know actually have seen these things, and honestly, I personally sleep with a light on. I don't like the dark. I'm not really afraid of it, but I don't want any surprises. Like when I wake up, I want to be able to see what's in my room, my surroundings. And when I go to sleep, I want to be able to, at any moment, just open my eyes if I want to and be able to see exactly what's what and what's going on in my room. And personally, I don't really think that's too unreasonable. So I don't care if that makes me like a child or a scaredy cat or whatever you want to call me. I really don't care, because I've seen lots of weird crap, and I've met lots of people who claim they've never seen anything, and I envy them, because I've had the absolute shit scared out of me before. And also, I've been advertising it in the description, but if I can get 50 followers, I'm going to be giving out this gnome wizard, this Dungeons and Dragons miniature that I have. I've painted ones before. This is my storm giant. That's the one that I did before my eyes got bad, and I've gone through like 9 eye surgeries, so that's about over with. But that's all I have for my podcast slash show tonight. Thank you to the one viewer that I accumulated. I'm on Facebook, the Shadowy Tavern. I'm on YouTube, is the same. I'm not on like TikTok and every one of them. I do good just to keep up with what I'm on. But anyway, if you want to, and I'm on Spotify, so if you want to hear more boring crap about ghosts and whatnot, then you can tune in and check me out. Thank you.